I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is Wanderer, VR Reviewed.
By Barefoot Gaming. What kind of game is it, Rob?
This is an adventure puzzle, room scale puzzler where you go back and forth in time to solve puzzles that require items from different timelines.
It's basically what I would have said if you asked me.
Excellent. So what's this available for?
It is available for $40 in the States, $45 Canadian.
That is correct.
I don't know what euros that works out to be.
So you can get this on Steam VR. Oculus has it. It is not available for the Quest as of the time of this recording, whether that will change. And it's also available on PSVR. So tell me about the mechanics. How does that time travel stuff work?
Time travel works with your wristwatch, and your wristwatch pretty much controls everything apart from your movement, and so you can store things, and your time travel is when you find certain very special antiques. You can put them into your watch, and then it will transport you to the time where a timeline was imprinted on that artifact.
And then on the face of the watch, you can actually store items that you can bring with you, because you only have two hands.
Yes.
And whatever you're holding will come with you, but you also have the ability to unlock the face of your watch to store more stuff.
Yes, by collecting little shiny gem things.
And another component that we probably need to talk about in this game is you kind of have a companion that helps you out throughout the whole game.
Is it your beautifully mustachioed watch?
It is your beautiful mustachioed watch. Now, you have the option to press a button on the side of your watch at any given point, and your watch face will pop off and he'll talk to
He
you.
will kind of fly midair, and he will help you with puns that are absolutely not actually helpful until you figure the puzzle out on your own, and then you're like, oh!
So it's kind of a neat idea because, yeah, he'll give you a pun that won't be directly related to what you're looking for.
You can't even pick the pun out of it until you've solved the puzzle.
Except sometimes you'll see something in a certain location. It's always so tough to do these reviews because we don't want to give you any spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, we're not venting, but it's just that sometimes we just have to get things off our chest.
There you go. That's your not a clue that doesn't happen in the game.
That's right.
Okay, so we understand the mechanics. We get that it's room scale. We understand for which systems it's for. Louis, I want pros, I want cons, and do you recommend this game at its going price? Go.
Pros are this game is room scale and you have both sliding and teleport. I really, really like the puzzles. The puzzles were both difficult and smart. Like, they weren't just pandering to people going like, oh, these are super easy puzzles throughout the entire game. They get intensely difficult.
Which is kind of a little bit of a struggle that a lot of VR puzzlers get. It's like, oh, you're doing this in VR, that already makes it interesting. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
But this game does go beyond that, and it actually makes you think about how the puzzles work.
Con is, it's the string. The string.
You and your string. Always with the string.
There's a puzzle that involves string, and I'm not going to tell you which part of the game it's in, but there's perfectly good string that would totally work on top of a cabinet. Can't pick that string up. There's another string that looks identical to it somewhere else in the game. That string works, but not the one on the cupboard. A little infuriating. And it's even the same colors.
It is the same colors, and not everything is interactable.
Yes.
But most everything is.
Yeah. And some things that aren't later on are when you get something that actually will interact with that object. Another con that I have, and it's kind of the biggest one, is that the watch will sometimes get stuck behind an object, or when it finally comes back, you can't teleport.
So I'm gonna add a little bit of something to this, because I'm not making excuses for the developer of this game, but Louis is notorious for taking objects and jamming them into places to try to solve puzzles.
When they look like they fit, you jam them in. And sometimes when you're jamming them in, you accidentally hit something on your watch and he is all of a sudden behind the wall. I don't see how that's my fault.
Do you recommend this game, Louis?
I do recommend this game. I think it's a fantastic game. I think it is on par, if not slightly exceeding, great games like I Expect You to Die. Yeah. Rob, pros, cons? Do you like this game?
The game is beautiful. I would say that the graphics are a definite pro. The voice acting is very well done. The puzzles are thoughtful. The fact that it gives you the option to not get fully stuck by giving you those little clues. Unfortunately, like, it'll only give you one clue for every puzzle.
Yep.
But usually, like, you'll figure out what it is. If you're really stuck, press the button, it'll give you an idea. Now, that being said, I would say if you do pick this game up, don't use that button all the time. Try to solve the puzzles on your own.
Yep.
It is more satisfying instead of just blowing through this game. Because really, my only con to this game is the puzzles are linear. Like, you're not going to have more fun playing through this a second time around. You're going to know exactly what you need, exactly what to do. The second time around, this is going to be not a puzzle game anymore.
Yeah.
There's not different ways to solve.
Yeah, and there's no time rounds where you try to beat it faster. I mean, you could absolutely do that.
You could try to speedrun it,
but
yeah.
there's no in-game rewards for doing that.
But Wanderer does what it does well, and
Yeah.
like Louis said, I would agree. They do a better job than stuff like I Expect You to Die 1
Yeah.
or 2, which we both really
Yeah.
enjoyed.
And the only thing that I Expect You to Die did better is that there's multiple ways to solve each
Yes.
of the problems. There is only one way to solve each of the problems in Wanderer, and not only that, you have to solve them in order.
Yes.
Knowing everything about the game, you can't possibly jump ahead.
The last thing I'm going to say is kind of like in Half-Life Alyx, where you can pick an object up that isn't directly like in a pick-upable distance. You can highlight it with your controller. Pick-upable with your controller, and you can snap it into your hand.
Yeah.
So I like that they added that. So that adds like more ability to do this in a smaller space, bigger space. It's lots of fun. I recommend Wanderer, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Like, comment. We always love hearing from you, and we will talk to you again really soon. See ya.
Bye.